here we are. I'll go find this one. Might actually be able to do this in a relatively quick amount of time. Maybe. Is it going? Is it live on? I'm checking YouTube, guys. Sorry. Yeah, it's on YouTube. I just have to find it. There it is. Found it. All right. Oh, volume down. Okay, so I have removed. I want to say hi, Eric. This is her first time, so you have to watch for that because it'll disappear. It's extremely annoying, but it'll just disappear. Hi, Cindy. This one won't disappear, but that one will. Okay. So you get to read. So this is lovely Erica, and she loves pink, like so much. She's all about pink, and so we'll definitely be doing pink today in some way, shape, or form. Let's see if I can get this on me a little better. All right. I have my color. Oh, I put my bit in there, but I did not close it because I could feel it. I've removed her color. I've pushed back her cuticle. I missed my foot pedal because now I'll turn it on and it'll just be on because I have to keep turning it on and off. Keep forgetting to email Koopa and find out what is up with the foot pedal, the new ones. Hey, Lee. Hi. You paused another video to jump on. Well, welcome. I'm glad you can make it. Looks like we're in frame. I'm going to keep a little farther out this time, just because it seemed like maybe it was a little bit pixelated last time. Let me make sure that it is the quality that we want. I think it is. I think it's on the highest quality. Yeah. All right. It's on 1080p, so it should be good quality. So we're going to just hope that it stays good quality and things happen. That's okay. Her pink phone. All right. Let's see if I can. Hey, there we go. More light. Light is good. Okay. So she has real good cuticles where this bit is like masterful because they really stick on. See, she just had the tiniest bit of hairline lift there. No problem. What I did is I tilted my bit back so it's on the gel when I do that. And I'm not going over her natural nail too much in that spot. So start from one side. And see that? All that just sticks. It just comes right off. There's a lot of prep bits that are out there. Skyber bits are really popular. A lot of other flat bits are popular. I prefer this one, especially for fills, because of the shape. So as people's nail grows out, this having that shape, if I had a flat bit, I'm pushing on the gel to get it to that spot. Does that make sense? If you have a flat bit and you're trying to do this, it's harder if you have gel here, and I don't want to have to take extra gel off for no reason. Marcy, welcome. Hello. Every now and then you got to touch it. Oh. See?
Oh my God.
I know, isn't that annoying? Yeah. Hello everybody. Hello.
Thank you.
Your ring's beautiful. So she's going to have to learn to keep touching the screen. We're trying to figure out how to make it so the comments don't go away. See, Jotana is like a huge poster, and so is Rosanna. So ladies, if you know how to make the comments on Facebook not disappear as you're working, can you please share the information? I would love to know, because I don't know what the deal is. It's very annoying though. And then
it says someone just wants me to try keeping the comments on. Do you want her to do that?
Do what?
Do you want me to?
Jess wants me to try keeping the comments on. Yeah, you want to? Yeah, give it a try. So Akari has searched it and said that if it gets liked often, maybe it'll pop back up. We'll see if that happens. Do what you're doing, and I'll have Erica just kind of pay attention and see if it just still disappears anyway. So right here, there's just a smidgen of lifting on the side. You can mess with it. You can leave it. It's going to get filed anyway when I go to continue prepping. All right. So this corner didn't seem like my bit got in that corner super well. So I'm going to turn it off, flip my e-file in reverse, and I'm just going to go into this corner and lift that up. Do you guys see how that worked? It works really well. If you have someone and their cuticles, they just lay down a lot, flip it in reverse, and come around and do the opposite side. I've shown this on videos before. I don't have to do it on everybody, but if you notice the cuticle is not sitting where it should, it's not lifted how you want it to be, then you're going to want to flip it in reverse and do it. So I'm going to push back. Comments are staying on, right? Are you having to touch it as much?
Did.
Oh, there it goes again. I don't think it's working, Akari. I don't know how to make the comments not go away. It's stupid. Hey, everybody. We have some more people watching today. People are, especially on the East Coast, they're finishing up work.
Is that a medium grit or a fine?
This is a 2S bit. It's definitely not a fine. If you use a fine bit, you're going to end up smoothing the nail out too much and you're going to get lifting. So don't use a fine bit. And when your bit starts to, I would say it's probably more of a coarse, because when it starts to get too smooth, I have to switch it because it'll get hotter for your clients on the nail as you're working. You'll notice them going, oh, hot, hot, hot. That's a really good sign that you need to change your bit out, because it means that your bit is getting really smooth and you're having to stay on the nail longer, which is causing heat. So that is a real good way to know, okay, it's time to change out your bit. But it's not coarse like a coarse file or like a coarse carbide bit. It's just perfect for prepping. So it's kind of hard. They don't even come in different grits. It's a 2S football bit on my website is what I call it. There is no different grits for it. It is what it is. Erica's like, oh my gosh, so much work touching the screen all the time.
Maybe it'll keep me from holding my fingers so tight.
Yeah. So she likes to be special. She's the stiff one. Show them how you usually have your hand.
I don't know. How
Do it. Do it.
How do I do it?
She's like the quintessential like relax your hand client, and so I shake her a lot. But it is keeping you a little bit more relaxed. This is true. We'll just keep her busy.
My OCD.
I mean, usually like if I have HUTV on or watching some Reno show, it helps a little.
Not enough.
Not always. But you know, she's the one that I want to buy the hat for that you put on that says relax your hand. Mm-hmm. But we love her, so it's okay. It's totally acceptable when we like you. All right, I'm going to flip this over in reverse and hit that other cuticle. Stacy says, I need to replace mine then. Yeah, it's really, if your clients are noticing it's hot, it is a real good signal that you need to replace your bit. Because sometimes you're like, oh, I can still feel the grit on it. It doesn't matter. Your clients can feel it. When they start getting hot, you know that it's time to get your new bits. I just replaced, I tried to do mine on months that I'll remember, like January and July. And then maybe I won't mess up so much. So I'm just going to take care of some of the cuticle that's like flapping in the wind. A lot of nail techs. In some states, you can't even do this part, which I know would make most of my clients super sad. Mm-hmm. Because they love having all this excess cleaned up. It also gives you more grow out time where your nails don't look as grown out for extra time, which is always desirable. It's a little hangnail trying to make an appearance right in that corner. Just take that way. So, what we know about her nails is that they're going to be some form of pink. She did see the picture that I posted from the live that I did this morning on the full set, and she liked that. But I think pretty much any pink that I would have posted, she would have been like, I love it! True?
It says, Bobby says, once I notice that I'm having to spend extra time doing cuticle work, especially on clients that aren't usually a problem, then I know it's time to change.
Yeah. And that extra time usually amounts for extra heat on the client's nail because you're spending more time on the nail. So then you get the ow, 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 and you're like, okay, new bedtime. And so it's good to have some in the drawer so you can just toss it without thinking about it, because otherwise it goes back into your disinfectant and you're like, which is the one that needed to be out in the garbage? So if you have an extra that you can just immediately replace with a brand new one, then that'll make your life easier in the long run. Everyone say happy birthday to Akari. I think it was yesterday, but we're going to say happy birthday anyway. Mm-hmm. She joined us earlier. She's my cousin's girlfriend, and we love her.
Happy birthday.
I'm going to bring some games. We're going to game out. And because I'm going to get to see her on Valentine's Day. Yay! Ooh. Is that bad that I'm more excited to hang out with her on Valentine's Day than my husband? I'll hang out with him before then. It's fine. He doesn't care.
What day of the week is Valentine's Day this year?
It's on a Wednesday? Thursday? I don't know. Whatever day it is, I'm flying to LA.
Nice.
For Orange County. Taking my mom so she can go see one of her oldest friends and bring her a quilt. And we will get to see Akari, and I'll see my other cousins that live down there. I don't know if there's anything fun happening. Akari, you should look and see if there's anything fun happening. I don't know.
Oh, it is Wednesday, Bobby said. I think
thanks, Bobby.
Thank you.
How is it down in Arizona? I have 3 clients this week flying down there. I have so many people that live in both places. And I've had a couple that were down there all the time so much that they don't have their nails done anymore by me. So that's super sad.
That's sad.
I know. I need to get some new people, because did you get an email from me about doing reviews? All right, maybe you'll get it after this. Let me know if you don't get it at all.
Okay.
All my reviews on GenBook, when I had GenBook, which I loved, they sold to Booksy, which I did not love. And so then I switched to Vagaro, but Vagaro wouldn't accept all my reviews transferred over. So I had 15 years of client reviews that are gone. So I have none. So if someone's looking for a nail tech, I'm not going to be someone that they're looking for because I have no reviews. So I sent out an email to see if my clients would re-review on my appointment book to see if I can start getting a couple new people to fill in the spots of people that have left, moved away.
Akari is asking if they're staying. I think I'm still having to touch the screen.
Yeah, she's still hitting the screen right now, gone. So I would say it lasts 10 seconds and then it's gone. So thank you for trying, but that doesn't work. But thanks for liking all the comments. It's just stupid. Facebook, you'd think they would get their act together when it comes to that kind of stuff. Don't make the comments disappear. What good is that?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't do videos for about a year because Facebook made it impossible for me to save my videos, and then I couldn't post them on YouTube anymore.
She said, womp womp. I'll keep looking into it.
So yeah, I didn't do videos for a year because Facebook made it so I couldn't save them, and then I was mad. So I was like, not going to do it. Oh, Akari, you're not watching YouTube, but we have Leah and Marcy that have both also said happy birthday to you. Anyway, so now I got different cameras that are set up on a system where I can go live on both Facebook and YouTube, and I believe someone said that it also publishes over to Instagram, so that's cool. I don't know if it does it every time.
That's cool.
I know. I have no idea. Look on your Instagram, see if it pops up on there. We'll find out. Because I know you have me on Instagram because you saw the picture this morning.
Okay.
So I'm going around shaping and prepping, checking my length. Yeah, I think if I was live, this is red, and so it's not on there. So I'll have to figure that out too sometime. I don't know how to do all these things, you guys. I used to feel very technical. Like back in the day, when I was younger, I was, my brother was big into computers, and my dad was big into computers. So we always had a computer. We started with like an Amiga and the whole thing. But then, and then in high school, my high school boyfriend was a major computer guy. He ended up working for Apple for a while after. Now he owns a cafe in Singapore.
Oh.
Or Philippines. I think the Philippines. He got married to a Asian lady. They have a very cute baby. Anyway.
Nice.
Yeah. So he was big into computers. So I felt like I wasn't like on the bottom of the barrel as far as computer knowledge. But I feel like the last 10 years, it's just like everybody's learning all this stuff. And I'm like still in my little box.
Yeah, me too.
So I don't know. It's too much for me. So we're just going to say that if you're watching me live, you're lucky I've made it this far.
How often do you post videos? Not often, right?
No, it's real sporadic. Mm-hmm. I mean, today is like a red letter day. There's 2 videos. That's a lot. All right, let's see. You can read these ones as you go, and that way we can know what's happening.
Artsy Shan says, I love your work and my speed has increased drastically.
That is super awesome because that will make your career be great if you can increase your speed. It makes your clients happy. It makes you happy. Good job. I'm so glad.
And then she asked, what do you think about the Apres gel? Apres in trends.
It is a gel in a bottle. I did buy one of them. I think I had bought Extends though, which is similar but not exactly the same. So I have not personally used the Apres gel in a bottle because I don't use a lot of soak off. Remind me, is that one a soak off? It's used in a way that I'm planning to teach. No, don't do that. Okay. It's used in a way that I'm planning to teach people how to do it with some tips that I carry now from Uber Chic. I carry a lamp from Coupa that is awesome for this kind of a technique because you use the gel as your glue to glue on the tip, and then you do a coating over the top. So I've done this in practice because I wanted to test it out. I did it with Extends and it did not last well. So then I'm like, I'm just going to do it with Trinity, and it lasted amazing. So you can do the technique just with Trinity. And so I've been meaning to find someone to do a new set on to show how it's done and then put a kit together because I know for a lot of people they like don't necessarily want to go figure out where everything is on my store. Just checking the general length here.
She asked, she said, yeah, it's like a fancy press on.
Yeah, it's basically you're using gel to adhere a tip. So it's not, the trick of it is how are you going to hold the client's hand and the product while it's curing? Mm-hmm. So that's why I super love this lamp here. I have it right here. I'll show you it. It's not even like out of its plastic because I've been playing with it. Is it on? Mm-hmm. So this is the Coupa lamp, and it actually, you just move, it works as a table lamp, and then when you move the hand close to it, it triggers automatically on your UV light. And so you can just hold it like that. It's like 10 seconds to flash cure it. Then you go to the next nail, and then you bring it up next to the light. It triggers it on. And then you can still be holding onto the nail with the gel, being hands-free and getting it starting to cure. So it's super, super cool. There's a link for it on the front page of my website. So, because when I first tried to do it, I didn't have anything like that. So I literally had a flashlight in my mouth trying to like hold it on, because you have to be holding it. If you want a really good adhesion, you've got to hold it while it starts to set up. And I want to hold the client's nail, and I want to hold it in the right spot. Yeah. I don't have 3 hands. No. So you can either have your client holding the flashlight, which some people do, or this new amazing light from Coupa that I'm super impressed with. So It is super, super cool. Stacy's thinking of getting that lamp. If you do these kinds of enhancements, it is awesome. Is it enough light that would be the only light I use on my table? Probably not. But it's great for what it is. And if I was flash curing often using that kind of a technique, I would absolutely have that on the table all the time. It's a good size. It's kind of funny when you're moving stuff on your table and you get close to it because suddenly it like goes to the UV. And if it is your only light, then everything's purple suddenly. But as soon as it's gone, and you have to be careful if you're using a gel in a pot, not to have your pot open, because if you do, you're going to be curing your product. And so if you're using a gel in a bottle, no problem, you put your brush back in the bottle. If you're using a pot, make sure your brush and your pot are nowhere where the light's going to see it so you don't accidentally start curing that stuff. Because I could just see that being a major issue for people.
Mm-hmm. And then the others that I heard, the appraised tips can only be filled once, then the tip should be removed and a new set applied. Your thoughts?
My thoughts are that's a really good way to keep people buying the product. Because there's no reason once a natural nail has grown out, there is absolutely no reason to keep shortening the nail and putting tips on. Unless you want a specific shape that you can't get any other way, you don't need to do that. It's a really good way to make people reapply stuff all the time that they don't need to do. So I would definitely not do that. I would teach people how to do this with Trinity or gel in a bottle that you want to use. Hard gel in a bottle would be my preference so that you get a nice strong extension. And then fill it just like any other fill. Works great. I don't know if they're worried that the adhesion wouldn't last. And that was one of the things I tested when I tested it with Trinity, and the adhesion lasted just fine. The tip just grew out like anything else, and it was no problem at all.
There's a question from Stacy that
keeps going away. There you go.
Stacy said I did a test nail on a client and made her hold the light instead of putting it in my mouth.
I know, it's tricky. That's why if you're doing that technique, these new lights from Koopa are a dream. Genius. And I feel like it's hard to get, a manufacturer to make you a light to your specifications like that because it's something that no one else has done, right? So regular nail lamps, manufacturers have been doing that same kind of nail lamp for ages. So that's like not a huge difference. But to do a light like that is motion censored, proximity censored, so that it turns on, it's very unique for sure. So I've got my prep and wipe. It's a mixture about 75% prep and wipe and 25% alcohol. Alcohol helps dehydrate really well, and they both are cleaning the surface of the nail. I'm just giving it a good scrub, right? Especially where your new fill amount is going to be. So these are a month old, so she's got a good amount where she needs her fill. And it's a thin application to start with, which is why that there's plenty to see. I'm happy to hear you can use Trinity. Yes. Pros and cons, using a form versus using Trinity with tips and the Koopa lamp. I think forms are almost always going to be superior because when you fit a form on a nail, your product is completely adhering to the shape of the nail. But with those tips, you're getting pretty close. However, you're going to often have product seep underneath a little bit. So you're going to feel a little bit more, I guess, of a ledge underneath than you might otherwise. So that would be a little different. I prefer having the nail completely built out of gel. I think it's going to be stronger if it's completely built out of gel as opposed to having a plastic tip in there. And yes, I know that people will say, oh, well, my tips say they're made of gel. That is a marketing ploy because at some point, all plastic is a form of a gel. Those tips are not made out of nail gel. They're made, in reality, like, this is a plastic. It's just a specific kind of plastic. Those tips are just plastic. It's just marketing. Put that in, please. 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3.
Oh. Sorry.
It's
So
okay.
many things
I know,
to do.
she's got so much to manage.
Okay, Artsy Shan said I would be worried about air pockets and greenies.
If it's not adhering, I definitely would be worried about greenies. You shouldn't be getting air pockets if you're applying enough of the gel underneath the tip. If you're keeping your gel too thin, where you don't have a complete coverage on your tip, that could be an issue. I think when I was doing it, I did one hand where I painted it on the nail and one hand where I painted it on the tip, just to see the difference. The problem with painting it on the tip is that you end up with extra gel on the tip that you didn't necessarily need there. But when you paint it on the nail, then it smushes out and you get extra. So if you get practiced at putting it on, wiping it off with your brush before you cure it, and then curing it, you should get a better result. So like I said, I'm planning to do a training video on how to do it. If you know how to use forms, I would say use forms. I feel like this is a really good technique for techs who struggle with forms, have a hard time with forms, can't get them on easily, or they feel like they can do it faster with this method. Give it a try.
And then Lynn asked, do you still use the wrist assist?
That would be a big yes. Always.
Especially with me.
With everyone. Yeah, wrist assist is under her at all times. Okay. Yeah, it's super helpful, especially right now because with my back, I can't bend over the table as far. And so if people are sitting too far away from the table, I really have to keep pulling them towards me. And so if I didn't have it, I would just go crazy. Mm-hmm. So it's really helpful to pull them towards me. If you don't know what the wrist assist is, I'll show you when I get her in the light after I get that little piece of lint off. Okay, go please. So this is created by our lovely friend Robin. She's a nail tech out in Florida, and it moves with the pad still on it, which means you can move your clients without it them having to lift up their hand at all. You just pull and it rolls their hand to you, so it's extremely comfortable. I sell them on my website at Love Nails because I love them so much. Whenever there's something I find that I really love and I want everyone else to be able to get easily, I put it up on my store. So if there's something you love that you always have to buy somewhere else, but you buy a lot of your products from me, just let me know what it is and I can try to get it into my store, because I hate paying for shipping as much as everybody else, so the more things I can get in one place, the better.
And then RC Shan says, I'm going to try it on my practice hand this weekend, thanks.
Yeah, give it a shot.
And then Bobby...
Oh, no. Did it go away?
No. Bobby said, or maybe those clients that only come in for a wedding or prom with no plans
right
to maintain, I could see using the tips.
Right. And in that case, I probably would use a soak-off gel, like Options Crystal Clear. That's still a hard gel, but will soak off. That way, if they actually care about their natural nail and they don't plan to rip them off, they can soak them off. In reality, how many are actually going to take the time to soak them off? Who knows? But Options Crystal Clear will give them a nice, hard, strong nail, and it has adhesion in there. You can always use X-Bond if you think it needs a little bit stronger of adhesion, but it worked with Trinity. I don't know why it wouldn't work with Options Clear. I would think that it definitely would work just fine. Hey Brenda, hey Kim, thanks for joining us. We got some people hanging out in here today. So glad. So what should we put on her nails today? Because we know it's going to be some kind of pink situation. That is where it ends. She loves glitter. She loves shiny, sometimes foil. You like the new hearts that I have that are pink. She likes those.
Brenda says hi, Jess.
Hello. What does that say?
That was the do. So use the wrist as this. And the next one is
No, that hand.
that hand.
Thank you. I know, the multitasking.
It is.
So,
Natalie says, I'm so excited that are doing videos again. It's so satisfying to watch your work. And
I'm so glad.
Lynn said, so cool. We get 2 lives today.
I know. How's that for a red letter day? That does not happen very often. But I'm so glad people like it. Sometimes I feel like I'm just repeating myself. And so every now and then I get messages from people that just say, I don't care if you're repeating yourself. Do another video. And I'm like, all right, we'll just hang out. And then
amazing.
they just want to hang out with you. It's a little
Sharon's listening while making dinner.
nice. What's everyone making for dinner tonight? I'm making meatloaf. So I just finished these little button magnets that I've been planning to do probably like 3 years. And I like got the materials and then I just hadn't done it. And so the other day maybe not the other day, like a month ago. It took me a while to do it all. I sat down with my label maker and I made labels for every meal dinner that I usually make. And I put them on these little clear buttons. It was a little bit of figuring out because I had to like reverse the text and make it from the back and then get a sticky thing with a magnet so then the magnet would stick so then you could still see the text. It was a little bit more complicated than I planned. But anyway, so now I have all these like little circle magnets that go onto a calendar on the fridge and so people can pick what they want for dinner and just load up the calendar and that way I don't have to come up with what's for dinner and I can plan ahead at the beginning of the week. And so I made something last night, orange chicken, I think.
Lots of questions. Okay.
Oh, good questions.
Lynn said exactly repetition is a good thing. And then Brenda just tuned in. What product are you using?
This is Trinity Clear. This is my go-to everyday, all-day fill product. And you go. I flash it for about 3 seconds. And then out they come out. And we keep going.
And then Tracy is asking, can you order that new lamp in white or just black?
White or black. You can do both. Yep, which is great because then if the dust bothers you and you want white, you can. If you like the slickness of the black, you can. So yeah, they are both available on my website right now until they're sold out.
And then someone's having leftover pot roast and someone's having venison stew I saw. And then it looks like AC Joy is, I really need to order more Trinity. Your stuff is amazing. And I love that it can all be in one.
Yeah. Who wants to do a bunch of layers? I don't. I definitely have been spoiled now with this product. Took me a while to get like on board because I was all natural all the time. But the adhesion is so good without a whole bunch of extra stuff. First thing I tell people is when they say they have lifting on someone, I'm like, are you putting anything else under it? And 9 times out of 10, they're like, well, yeah, I'm doing like a dehydrator and a primer and all this stuff. I'm like, do nothing for an appointment and then get back to me because I've found that all that stuff actually makes it lift easier. It's supposed to not. That's like counterintuitive, but I find the best results not. All right, so what do we want? How bright a pink do you want? Do you want like, this is fuchsia ice. That's the one that I used earlier on her. Or is that too dark for what you're going for? Is that the color
you used with her?
This is the one that I used with her. So this is the Dazzle. Mm-hmm. Or no, this is Divine. And then there's light pinks because you always like the light pinks. That one's probably not as fun. This one is really fun. This one's a neon cat eye, but that one's real pretty too. Mm-hmm. What are you leaning towards? You can ignore the computers for just a minute.
Okay. So these
decide.
Are dynamite.
She has pictures.
So obviously I like that pink.
Okay.
And then I do like this little pink right here.
The middle pink?
The middle pink.
Okay.
Because I was kind of thinking something like...
Like these? Okay. That's going to be like Afterglow.
Not
like
the,
that
not
where
the
you
decor,
have,
but like
but do you like that where you've got light pink, bright pink, and glitter?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we can add some hearts on some of these?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Or you can forego the glitter too, and I mean whatever is easier.
Who are you? I'm sorry. That's just not words that I
know.
ever thought would come out of your mouth. But you can do this brighter one for your glitter nail. So then you've got,
Ooh, yeah.
then you've got.
Because that's
this
like
one.
hers, right? That you did
Yeah,
earlier.
right. These are.
Yeah.
So you've got these 3 colors.
Yeah, that looks beautiful.
That looks fun. All right, and then we'll use some of those rose gold situations.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Which ones do you want light pink? Do you want like this one and this one?
Yeah, I do like the dominant
Okay.
more pink
Okay.
for Valentine's Day.
Okay. I think I don't want the light pink on the middle finger.
Okay. This is where Jess works her magic. Because I come in with my ideas. And
This
then
is
she
just where
says,
I'm
this is what we're
thinking
doing.
because if you've got dark, dark, light, dark, it just feels like this is going to sit out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
So I think I want to do light, light, dark, dark, light. No, dark.
Okay.
Yeah, so these 2 are going to be this color. I don't want it to stick out to where it's going to look funny, you know?
You could just do one light if you want.
Well, no, that's our glitter.
Okay.
I mean, unless you want your glitter there. You want your glitter twice.
Mm.
I mean, I can do the light here and I can do glitter, glitter.
No.
Okay.
One glitter.
One glitter. I'm going backwards. It's messing me up.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I start here and go this way is because I will hit the fingers going the other direction. People always wonder, is there a reason and why can't I start with a different nail? Because these fingers will hit that nail and then you're going to end up messing up polish. Because clients don't realize they bump into your hand because it doesn't mess anything up. If you had painted that first, it would mess things up and then you will know.
All the glitter, yes. And then Shannon asked, who has time for all those layers? From that earlier.
So now I'm going to try to tuck these fingers under so I don't bump into that. See the extra little just in my brain that I had to think, don't bump into that finger. This is so pretty. Well, and I can add the extra glitter if you liked her chunky glitter that I did on her.
I did like, I mean, of
Okay.
course, we like chunky glitter.
Okay, I can make it happen.
I figured. And I will say, I've been coming to you, 3 years? Never lifted.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, it's
Or a broken nail.
good job. And what were you doing? I'm sorry, why don't we tell the class how your nails came in today?
They were not very...
They were in colors I've never seen before on her because she was doing what? What again?
Staining my grout
Staining grout
in my kitchen.
with no gloves on white nails. White and pink, of course, because there's always pink. But the white, or they were light, they might have been, no, they were white because we had that sweater thing going on. Yeah. They were not, I thought they were makeup at first because usually people get, oh no. What did you bump? Oh, the lamp. The little moon lamp that I'm trying to figure out the situation. Yeah, and I said anytime you're using a word that says staining or dye, gloves are required. Or you need to tell me ahead of time so I can put a special top coat on that won't stain. So my hairstylists, I use Ultra Gloss on them, or my clients that, make coffee a lot or just tend to stain their nails. People that are self-tanners, use Ultra Gloss for your top coat and they won't stain.
Yes, that is Afterglow.
Yes, it is Afterglow.
And then Pam's asking, or said, I flash cure my clients 2 seconds because they start to burn at 3. I use Trinity and Accents lamp.
Yeah, it really comes down to how fast you count. Because 1, 2, 3 is about the same as 1, 2. So it's give or take 3 seconds. So and if someone is more sensitive and they do start to burn, then for sure they can come out sooner. If they're starting to feel it, that means it's setting up and that's all you need. So they can come out a little bit sooner. That's totally fine.
And Lee says, pretty nails, shape, and length. Thank you. And also someone said new jeans. Yes, with the staining.
Yes, new jeans and gloves. When it's, winter just starting, people will be like, my clients came in and their nails are gray. And a lot of times they have new leather gloves or a new leather coat. And the leather will stain. So, Ultra gloss is the key because they won't stain with that. It's very, very rare. And saffron. Saffron can stain. I don't cook with saffron. Those are not in my buttons. What is your top 3 meals that would go on your fridge buttons that you make a lot of in your house?
Go in my fridge?
Like on your buttons, like for dinners that you make that your family all really likes. Mm-hmm.
Barbecue chicken, like shredded barbecue chicken and rice.
Oh, like pulled pork kind of?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Oh, I never do that with rice, though. I usually do like potato salad. Or, this last week I did pulled pork and coleslaw. We bumped that nail too.
I didn't even know. I'm sorry.
That's okay. So when you have a bumped nail like that, if you're using a gel that's 100% gel, like Luxio, you can usually add just a little smidge more and it won't hurt it. If you're using a gel polish where it's part gel, part polish, doing that can cause wrinkling because it's not going to cure the same. So be careful with what you use so that you don't end up with more issues than you want. This is Divine. This is a great pink for people that don't want a super bright pink, but they want a darker pink. This is a really pretty. It's not neon, but it's just a nice deep pink.
Nika said that's a pretty pink.
Mm-hmm. It's gorgeous. It's so much more fun at nighttime when there's so many people in here. In the morning, everybody's working. But that's okay. I'll still do them in the morning because really, that's when I'm busier. I don't do night appointments super often. I have a couple more. I mean, Thursday nights I do. I work till up to 10 o'clock on Thursday nights. Tonight I have 2 more after her. A mother-daughter pair.
Fun.
But they have a show they watch, so I can't really video when they're here because I have shows that they don't watch at home, so they're very excited to watch it here.
And Stacy said, I love Divine.
It is so good. Alright, so...
That's my summer color, isn't that one?
Maybe Dazzle. Dazzle's a little bit brighter. I think you've done Dazzle a lot in the summer. Alright. We're going to put some of this glitter on that she wanted. This is my freebie glitter that you can get if you order anything on my site right now. So I put another coat on here. I'm just going to touch it. So now my brush has glue, basically. We're just going to dab some on. Oh, and so those of you who weren't watching earlier, I was saying that I need to make the next glitter and that I could either do St. Patrick's Day or Mardi Gras colors. And so I needed a vote, and I only had 1 vote for each, so I need more voting than that because that doesn't help me make a decision. If you want St. Patrick's Day or Mardi Gras. There's a heart. I wanted the heart to there.
Artsy Shan says, I love that you don't need a base coat.
Yeah, just use your glitter as your glue. Then you get your coverage. I probably could have gotten away with this, just 1 coat of it, and used it as a glue. I probably didn't even need to do a second coat, but I didn't do it on the first step, so I'll do it again. Okay, these 2 pieces of glitter are not being friendly. One's sticking up, and they're trying to stick to each other.
They're Siamese twins.
And this one is there for laying down.
Oh, we've got a vote for Mardi Gras, 1 for St. Patrick's Day, and another 1 for Mardi Gras.
See? All right, so right now Mardi Gras is winning by 1. Which is like a purple and green glitter.
2 more for Mardi Gras.
Oh, I think Mardi Gras is going to win.
1 more for St. Patty.
Have you gotten the St. Patty's pasties off my site from Profiles? They are so cute. All right, I think that's good.
That's beautiful.
Okay, let me check everything else because it's been sitting here too long. So because these have been sitting at an angle, some of my color gravity's pulled it down. I probably should have done that separately. I think I'll do it separately, or I'll do it first before I do my color on the next hand. You live and learn, y'all. So I just want to make sure that my color isn't thicker at the tip. So we're just giving it a quick brush. On the other hand, I'll do my glitter nail first, and then I'll paint the rest of them. Okay. I was saying, has anyone else been to Mardi Gras? I got to go one year. We have these happy accidents that happen sometimes on trips. We've actually been to St. Patrick's Day, kind of accidentally over St. Patrick's Day. And did I say we've been to St. Patrick's Day? We've been to Ireland.
I was wondering how you did that.
Sorry.
that was
I'm like, wait a minute. I think I heard what I just said. We've been to Ireland accidentally on St. Patrick's Day. It was kind of part of a longer trip. And Jared was like, are we going to be in Ireland on St. Patrick's Day? And I'm like, let me look at a calendar. And I'm like, we are. He's like, sweet. So that was very, very cool because we all think that, St. Patrick's Day is so like Americanized, like a Hallmark type of holiday, right? Like all the decorations are just kind of cheeky and like, it's not what they would do in Ireland. It is a lie. They are all about St. Patrick's Day. Everything is green. They green the buildings. They have parades in every little town that you go to. All the school kids are in the parades. Each parade has like a little theme. But then everyone's wearing like leprechaun-y things or like, they're all about it, people. So I was like, all right, I feel like maybe we do okay with making the thing a bit.
That glitter.
Oh, Stacy lived in New Orleans for years and got to go every year. That's so cool. We went, one year we planned a cruise with some of Jared's friends from Illinois, and they all don't have passports. They're like, we need it to be somewhere we don't need passports, and we want to be able to drive. So I'm like, okay, well, here, really limiting my selections. So I was like, if we leave from New Orleans, you guys can drive down from Chicago area and we will cruise from there. So, but of course, me and Jared from Seattle, we have to fly, and I use miles for our flights, but I'm like, geez, we could go to Europe for this many miles. I'm like, why is it so expensive? And then I realized, it's Mardi Gras. So I'm like, so apparently we're going to be in New Orleans during Mardi Gras. I'm like, do you want to stay an extra couple days? He's like, yes. And I'm like, all right. So we got to do the parades and all the fun Mardi Gras stuff. So that was accidental also. Our friends just call it Briar Mooning it now. We did it in December. We surprised our friend with a weekend to Vegas. And we get on the plane, and there's like all these Huskies people on there. And our friend was planning to do a big like, Huskies. This is the big championship for the Huskies. And we were like, what is going on? And someone's like, oh, this is the straight line just to the Huskies championship game. We're like, oh, championship game. I'm like, that's cool. I'm like, we should go. It's $25 tickets that night. We got off the plane, checked into our hotel, and went to the Huskies game for $25. So that was pretty fun.
That's nice.
And our friends were like, we travel with you and we get to experience Briar Mooning it. It happens. All right, let's get out your heart stickers for our final little bit of fun. So I'm getting out my pasties book. This is my spring pasties book. I got to add all my stuff. Oh, here's the St. Patrick's Day ones I was saying. Look how shiny those are. Aren't those fun? And then I love these because there's like beer and little Irish flags and stuff.
Cute.
That's my St. Patty's pages. But we will go to here. And I did get these all posted online now. I know when I showed you guys these, I was putting them on someone the other day. They were not online yet. You want the rose gold, I'm assuming. I don't know why I'm asking. Yeah.
There's a question waiting for a reply. Do you have to reply?
Put that back in.
Which
Sorry,
one?
that one. I have to do what?
It says Tracy.
No,
you don't have to.
That's in the wrong location. Now I swiped it up. That's someone texting me. I don't do texting right now. So I'm going to put some stickers on both of these. So I'm taking the tacky away so that these will actually stick, because otherwise they're not going to stick. So I'm going to do 2 on this one. I could ask her, but she's really not going to care what I do. Don't you love clients where you just know it? They're like, yeah, do whatever. I'll do 2 little ones, and then I'll do a bigger one on the middle finger. Do you like that, or you want any different?
It looks great.
Yeah, she's easy. I like her. All right, so with our glitter here, I'm going to go ahead and use Trinity for a top coat because it's got a little bit thicker viscosity, and I think it's smooth enough that I should be able to get one application and it'll encapsulate that glitter without it being bumpy.
So Tracy said she placed an order with it in black for that lamp, but if you have it in white, she'd prefer that.
Did it not let you choose white? It should. I have white in stock. I will check because it should. I will fix it. Thank you for letting me know that it was not correct. It's crazy. And there was like people that had, over the last month since the last sale in November, had made coupons. If you've made coupons using your points on my site, it wasn't letting people do it unless they ordered over $1,000 in product. I'm like, that's not correct. So luckily someone just told me, and she's like, do I really have to order $1,000 for my coupon to work? I'm like, no, let me go fix it. And then I found the bug. So please let me know, you guys, if you notice something is awry that should not be. I would love to know so I can make it better. All right, that's smooth and good. Gonna go ahead and let you put that in. I'll do this one. Any more questions coming up? Hi, Abby. Welcome to the end of our party. I'm not too far behind. I'm pretty much on time. We start at 4:30. It's 5:33. Not bad. I try to keep everyone at about an hour. It always does take a little bit of extra time with me going on camera, so anything within, I'd say 15 minutes is of my regular time, I feel like is score. So I'm using Trinity and I'm checking my line of light to make sure we're not bumpy. I want it nice and smooth.
These nails make me very happy.
I'm so glad. I like happy Erica.
Oh, yes.
All right, top coat these ones. And if you want to, you can top coat the Trinity one. You don't need to. It's going to be plenty shiny all by itself. If you feel like, is it bumpy at all, then hit it with top coat. I don't think it is, but I'm just showing you that you can just top coat right over it. Doesn't need to be thick, but you know, I've trained some people to top coat before, and I forget to talk about it all the time, but top coat's important in the sense that if your bristles are flaring out like this when you top coat, you are top coating too hard. You're not getting a good float, and when you don't get a good float, you're not going to get a good gloss. So your top coat should be a glide. Your bristles should not be flaring out like that. If they flare, you are not going to end up with a really glossy top coat. Looks like there's a little smidge of glitter on the pink, but
there's never too much glitter.
She's not going to care.
No.
It's never a problem. So I'm just going to flash this for a second because of that sticker. I want to make sure that sometimes it likes to pull away from it. And I want to make sure that's really good and encapsulated. Only like 3 seconds. And just so my top coat won't move. And we'll do it again on this one. Just a real short, quick.
Oh, Stacy said I was going to ask how we use the points we accumulate.
Yeah, you go into your loyalty center on the website. It should have a little pop-up for you. And you go into the loyalty center and you can turn them in for percentage off coupon or for $5 off. So some people like to stack their points for a little while so they can get a percentage off coupon. And some people like coupons more often, so they'll turn them in for the $5 off coupon. So totally up to you. The average person, probably every 5 orders, they're able to make a coupon of some kind. So, and you can earn extra points during sales, but you can't use your coupons during sales. So you do have that. All right, let's put our lovely situations on these. And I see a little spot of pink. If I can get that before the top coat, it's always best. Otherwise, you're trying to take that out with top coat on it, and it's a pain in the butt. And it hurts a little bit more. Okay, I want to make sure it's still a little tack. All right, I like this one for here. And 2 heartsies for pink. So cute.
Oh, cute.
We like happy Erica. So again, I'm going to paint over this one, flash it for 3 seconds, just so that this stays down. See, it's trying to pop up just a smidge right there. So, I hate when that happens. It's going to drive me crazy.
Only Jess sees it, so.
Well, this one's not laying down. There must have been a little bit of product still on the end of the nail, and so it's not adhering in that spot. And if it's not going to adhere in that spot, that's not the right size.
Thank you. Lee says that they love my nails. So pretty.
Okay.
Jess is a master.
I just do nails.
When I leave here, it's hard to not just sit and stare at how cute my nails always are.
You do fun things like every time. Mm-hmm. That really helps.
Yeah.
Okay, freeze that for me. Alrighty. Okay. Oh, so now this one needs to stay down. So they pop up. So, and you can, if you want to, you can use like a coat of a no-tack top coat first, and then put the stickers on. But I don't, just for thickness sake. I don't want to add more layers. I try to keep the nails as thin as possible, and by doing that you just end up with more layers. And so the only reason I don't is to keep the thickness under control a little bit.
Which I love.
Hey Amy. Okay, so again with this one you can choose to or not. I'll just stick a coat on real quick. Hello. And I'm using Luxio gloss. This is my everyday usual gloss. So this is another one where we have a smidge that went over here. And I just want to get that out before I top coat it, because I don't like it. It's imperfection. I am not perfect, but I really do try as much as possible.
You're pretty close to perfect.
I mean, I love you because you say things like that, and I didn't even pay her to say anything like that. It's such a great color.
I love it.
Okay, looks good. All right, all the way in, please. And those ones have had 2 cycles, I believe, because you're so well trained that I just have them keep going in the light until I tell them to come out when it's top coat time, because you can't over cure a standard top coat. Love your nails, so pretty. Well, 2 more for 3 St. Patrick's Day over, on the YouTube chat.
Did you swatch new color?
I have not swatched new colors. Can the nippers used be sharpened or should I get new ones? They are not so expensive that it would be worth it, in my opinion, to pay somewhere $30 to get them sharpened. If you can get them sharpened pretty inexpensively and they won't ruin them, give it a shot. You can try it yourself. I just cycle mine out every 6 months or so. I'll just toss them and get new ones. It's kind of just one of those has to be built into your service price situation. So I always go underneath, make sure everything is good and sharp. And no glitters hanging out, no top coat's not where it's supposed to be.
That's such a fun little like thing with those little hearts and stuff.
The what one?
Your little glitter stick.
I know, those were pretty fun. So, all right, we haven't counted. Someone counting? How many do we have for St. Patty's? How many do we have for the other one? So I gotta start bagging some more glitter this week, and I will get them all ready so that starting next week, I think I will probably start sending out, because by the time people get their orders, they're kind of like done with Valentine's Day. Maybe after like the 5th, which would be like Tuesday. So then I'll start sending out Mardi Gras or St. Patrick's Day, depending on what it is.
So St. Patty's Day would be super cute with the little like shamrocks.
Well, we have green and gold, and so I could do like a combination of green and gold. Shamrocks, in theory, are fun, and we have them. Profiles makes a shamrock called, I think it's called Lucky You, that I sell, and it's just green shamrocks that you can put on. But you kind of need to use their cure light that's like got a gummy tip, and you hold it down and you push, and it'll cure it while it's pushing the shamrock down, because otherwise your shamrocks like stick up because they're too big. They almost need to be a smaller shamrock. So that's why I like the pasties, the little stickers, because those lay down flat and you don't end up with that situation. So we have vanilla bean and sugar oil today.
Ooh.
It smells delightful. Just put her hand back in the light even though they're cured and done. That's how well behaved she is. Oh, it's warm. You're so funny. So my table towel. Someone asked me earlier, like, do you change your... Yeah, I'm like, yeah, each client I basically go through 2 towels usually, so... Laundry.
Oh, someone asked that.
Yeah, because my early client, like, it was super dusty. And I'm like, oh, yeah, because I have dust all over my lap. And if I went to go use this on you with dust all over, I'd just wipe dust all over you. And that wouldn't be fun for anybody.
No.
So I rub it in. This does a couple of things. If you use a no-wipe top coat, rubbing oil in can dull it, which is one reason I don't like using no-wipe top coats. I started doing this ages ago when someone would go wash their hands and come back from the bathroom and be like, that one's not shiny. And it was always like, out of all 10 nails, it's like the last 1 or 2. And it's because your wipe gets gel on it as you're wiping them. And then you get to a point where you're not really wiping it clean off. So I started doing this where I wipe it off with oil and it makes sure that everything's totally clear, totally shiny, and totally funsies.
Love it.
Love it. All right, we'll take a picture, and thanks everyone for joining us today on our fun little Valentine's film, and we will catch you later. Find my whole thingy. All right, turn back on. I have to go to the right thing and